the two things that stood out to me this week about Jayson Tatum. One, making a surprise appearance at Children's Hospital in Boston on Halloween for the kids. You didn't have to do that. That was not the team. And secondly, showing up to New Mission High School.
Yeah.
That was not the team either. Neither of these
video was beautiful too, though, to watch how the kids just like
ran up on him and hugged him, and he walks in like this, like. And that was not the Celtics saying, "Come on, Jayson, can you?" You know, I mean, some of these guys are busy and they cherish their time, and so some guys are easier than others to get to do stuff like that for the community. Like but Grant. The fact that Jayson is embracing the Boston community, shout out to Grant, because Grant did it without even being asked. Some of these guys are just amazing with the community. But to see Jayson understand that he is pivotal in this community, like people look up to him now. You know, even as Kwani would say, the Cape Verdean community looks up to.
Like culturally, this city really, like, even just walking on a regular day in Boston, you're gonna see a seven jersey, you're gonna see a 0 jersey. Like, no matter where you are, there's always someone that's showing pride, because people really take pride in these players, and stuff like that is what really solidifies them being accepted by the city as well.
Let's also think. I think that, you know, and Jalen dedicating the court to Kobe Bryant and Gigi Bryant at the Boys and Girls Club of Roxbury a couple weeks ago, that was kind of on his own. I mean, you know, like he went there and made an appearance after a practice. So I mean,
people felt some way about that. What do you like? It,
because he's a Laker. Like, come on.
I saw, and I take Twitter. You know, I take Twitter with a grain of salt, but I was genuinely curious as to, is that a worthy argument? Like, I get it.
Like, people need to let that. This is Kobe. Come on.
Like, humanity is more than.
I mean, you know,
rivalry.
I mean, come on. I mean, that's just a beautiful. It's a beautiful court.
Yeah.
Kids can play. It was drawn beautifully, designed beautifully. But the fact that they're doing that, and the fact that Jayson is embracing his community, people that look up to him, people who are not from, you know, the rich areas, even the kids from the hood, regardless of what nationality you are, white, black, green, Cape Verdean, Haitian, whatever, Dominican. I feel like a Tribe Called Quest song right now.
Jamaican.
I feel like Fife.
Somebody out.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Five Dog.
Yeah, I feel like Five Dog. Anybody from those underrepresented communities who look up to him, who will never be 6'10", 6'9", who never, but can still be winners, you know, in their life. And for him to say, hey, listen to your teachers, you don't have to be the NBA player, you can be a winner, whatever you want to do. And I just think that means a lot. You know, you grow up and you say, oh my God, like such and such came to my school one day. I mean, I can remember athletes when I was 6th grade. Rosie Greer, that's a long time ago, came to my school. The Rams, he was a lineman for the Rams. He came to my school, and I remember that I was 11 years old, 10 years old. Like you remember those things. That a long time ago, Kwani. It was before you was. That was before '93.
All right.
That was before '93. You know, but you know, come to your school, you remember that. And you remember what they did. You remember them shaking your hand or just putting their arm around and taking pictures or hanging around and shooting baskets or whatever. People don't understand how impactful that is. So even in 10,000 points, I just think this was a pretty amazing week for Jayson Tatum. The Children's Hospital thing I thought was really meaningful also. I mean, that's amazing. On Halloween and just to visit the kids. But it's also to show up to a school and just be like, hey, and believe me, I talked to the Celtics. They had nothing to do with that. That was him and his people or whatever. That was his decision to do that. It was not like the team nudging him, hey, you know, you only need to be there for 30 minutes, and we got the town car, we got the, you know, SUV waiting for you. We can just escort you right on out, and you can go. You know, it's just 30 minutes. Just show up and wave a hand and get the hell out of here. No, it was meaningful. So I think it was a really impactful week for Jayson Tatum, and it's good to see him embrace this city like he has, because it is getting to be his city. As I wrote, the Patriots are down, the Red Sox are rebuilding. There's no superstars here. I mean, you can march in, you can say some of the Boston Bruins, or whatever. You say Rafael Devers, you know, you can say some standout athletes, but you know, it's Tatum's town, Tatum and Brown, I mean, especially if they get a chip, it's their town.
Tatum's town, him and Brown. Score early this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 moneyline bet. That's $150 if your team wins. If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time to get in on the action. The app is so easy to use. There's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over-unders, and so much more. So visit FanDuel.com/Boston and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
Yeah, even building up to that though, Gary. I mean, I'd say it's already their town, because one of the things about greatness is that there's greatness among your peers in your city, and there's greatness among the league that you play in. And Tatum's a top 5 guy. There is not another player in the city on any pro team that we can say they're in the top 5 in that league right now. So Tatum has already asserted himself in my eyes as the face of this region. He's that good. You when you flip on a commercial, you watch an NBA commercial, high probability if they got more than 5 guys, and Tatum's gonna be one of them. I don't think that's happening with NHL. That ain't happening with damn sure ain't happening with no baseball. And the Patriots, come on now, good.
That
So
they not be talked about right now.
exactly. So it's there, but the thing that and we know this all too well. When you win a chip in this town, it ain't like winning a championship anywhere else. You become like, that you become almost like an athletic god at that point. Right now, you are playing amongst the greatest of your time and your generation, but you win a chip in Boston, you become an athletic god. And Tatum is as poised as any athlete to be that. Not only because of the team that he plays for, but because of his game. His game is that good. I mean, dude can just literally roll out of bed and get you 25, 4, and 4 without brushing the teeth, combing the hair, checking in on Deuce. He ain't even got to do all that. He can go and get you 25 and 4 and then do that other stuff. He's that good right now. He just got to win a chip. That's all. That's literally the only thing that's left on his mantle that needs something to go there is a chip.
I really appreciate this conversation, though, because I remember earlier on when he was drafted and over the years, people, generally speaking, when a player gets drafted to a specific city, there's this expectation that they're supposed to automatically be on board with that city. They're supposed to disavow where they came from. Like, he would wear his St. Louis snapback, and I'm sure he will continue to wear that.
He will continue to do that.
Of where he's from. Same with Jalen and repping Atlanta. But to your point, going to New Mission High School, the mayor of Boston, Mary Michelle Wu, was there to introduce him as well. So really embedding themselves into the city. Again, they don't have to. It's not really fit in their contract necessarily, but I think they understand this is a city where it's somewhat expected. It, like you said, you didn't sign up for it, but when you're in a city like Boston, people are proud of their sports teams. They're proud of their athletes. They're proud of being from here. They want you to know that they want to know that you are actually proud of being where you are as well, even if you're not from the city as well. So I think the two of them are definitely on the right track.
Well, I think they also benefit from experience and wisdom of seeing what happens when you don't do that.
That too.
Kyrie Irving, first name that comes to mind. And then you start looking at some, just some of the other guys that kind of came through that had really good runs, but they didn't really kind of ingratiate themselves into the city the way you would ideally want your best player to do. And they learned from that. They realized that I can't do that. One, it's not good for the brand if you keep it at 100. It's just not good for your brand to be disconnected with your community. And two, and maybe most important, it's just the right thing to do. I mean, at the end of the day, it's as simple as doing the right thing. Sometimes we try to complicate these conversations and these type of moments and make them out more than what they are. At the absolute essence, it's just doing the right thing.
Look at Marcus Smart. He won't be. Honestly, he's at a point where this fan base considers him one of their greats, and that's not necessarily what he did on the floor. Heart and soul of the team, what he did in the community. I think that I think he's gotten his flowers for it. But he did a lot in the city of Boston. I can tell he's already trying to figure out what he can do in Memphis as well. But people in the city of Boston know they can see Marcus, they can access him, they can go to an event and know that he's really gonna find a way to reach out to that community as well.
Wouldn't be surprised if once he's done playing, he finds a way to be back in that front office, working with Brad in some capacity or whoever's running the team. And no one will be tripping about that. No one will be like, "Oh man, you went to Memphis." He didn't go to Memphis. He was traded to Memphis.
He was traded, right?
Marcus check you on that. Get it right. I was traded.
Wait a minute, Gary, you're gonna say something?
Well, I think I think none of us are from Boston, but I think us all living there, Boston is
self-aware about that. We're very self-aware.
Boston is a big city, small city kind of mentality where, like, if you're from LA, like people in LA aren't saying, "Oh, you don't represent LA. You don't come." Like, LA's so big that there's so many people repping it. There's so many, like, it's such a. But Boston wants people who are not from Boston to like Boston, right? People from Boston want you to say, this is a cool place. Like, I understand why people live here. They want to feel accepted. They want to feel like you enjoy their city because and you can make it your own city.
They're proud of it because they're very proud.
There's a very civic pride. In other big cities, it might not be so much. Where New York, it's New York. You best like this or you whack. Or LA, like that, like
Jersey,
we like Jersey, yeah. We got so much here that if you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. But Boston always kind of has maybe an insecurity of like, you like this place, right? You're good here, right? You're not going to just leave us, right? Like, I just think there's kind of an insecurity. And I think that might go back to how Bill Russell felt he was treated in this city. And then, and the lack of free agents the Celtics were able to bring, because you don't want to play there, Boston crazy, all these things were happening to D. Brown, and I don't hate to bring up all this stuff, but that kind of burned.
From an athletic standpoint, like players coming to Boston.
Yeah, that burned kind of a bad record, that burned, something kind of left a scar in the city. And the fact that now, starting with Garnett and Allen coming here and saying, I love this place. And Isaiah Thomas and Marcus Morris and all these guys, Jay Crowder, who loved playing in Boston. So for a guy who was homegrown, 19 years old, St. Louis through and through, to say, hey, I love it here. This is my city. My son was born here. I got a house here. And the same with Jalen. Like, Jalen's, there's been all, questions about, well, Jalen don't like it here. And I don't think Jalen's crazy about some of the issues of the city and the economic disparity. Like, it's okay to love where you at, but not like all of what's going on.
I just know that it can be better, like family.
Yes, I think it's okay to do that.
But you gotta fix it.
It's okay not to like some of the things in your city. I'm born in LA, raised in LA. I didn't like everything about my hometown. I didn't like the violence. I didn't like some of the things. Like, I can honestly say that. I don't think I'm betraying my city, my hometown, by saying there's some things about it I don't like, I wish was better. And I think that's what Jalen has told me over the years. Like, just because I call things out does not mean I hate it here or I want to get out of here. It means I want to make it better, and I want the people who are underrepresented to live better here and to have a part of it. And I just think that that's what the important part of this whole thing is with Jayson, is just people who are underrepresented, people of color, people who live having more of a say and more of a impact of what's going on, more people at games, more people getting a piece of the pie, because Boston's a great place to live if you have the money. Now, if you don't, it could be hard. And I think that's for every city. But I think that the athletes contributing to the community and going to places where they don't get seen much, or, hey, it's kind of rough around here or whatever, but knowing, like, man, I'm good. Like, ain't nobody gonna come up to me. Like, these are my people. Being a person of the people, I think really kind of makes you kind of the city will embrace that. And I just think the community will embrace that. I think, you kind of saying that Jalen and Jayson have been embraced by the Haitian and Cape Verdean community is kind of funny, but it's interesting. Yeah. that people, people, they want someone to claim. They want someone to be like, hey, I'm with you. I'm a man of I'm a man of the people. And I just think in his own way, at age 25, Jayson's trying to do that, and Jalen, with the economic work he's doing, is trying to do that. So I think that's amazing, because I don't see that many places in many cities. I see other cities and markets trying to do that, but I don't see that around Boston as much as probably we should see it.
Ever wish you could navigate the betting field with the confidence of a pro? Enter Odds Are. They're not a sports book, but they're the sports betting advisor you always needed. It's like having a playbook for smarter bets right in your pocket. I've been absolutely loving the experience, and I think you will too, especially since Celtics All Access listeners get a 30-day free trial. Elevate your game day and join the smart betting revolution. Go get it at oddsr.com/Celtics. That's oddsr.com/Celtics.